Hello and welcome. This weekend I'm at Barber Motorsports in Birmingham, Alabama. Beautiful track. Even though this track isn't very far from me, like three and a half hours, I've never actually been here. I've been to the museum over there, but I've never done the track. So I'm really excited to try it out this weekend. I'm with Jzillia. First time tracking with them. Seems like a pretty good group. This weekend I'm doing intermediate group since I've never been here, don't know the track.
Final call. Final call.
Okay, I've done a 3 sessions. Things have been going pretty good. car's doing good. Yeah. Probably for the rest of the day, probably tomorrow, I'm probably gonna move up to Advanced Group because there's a lot of traffic, and I'm just constantly having to get point bars. So yeah, which is a good thing because I was able to warm up to the track pretty quickly. Just a few sessions. I did get a little slap on the wrist for passing in a kink. It wasn't really a corner, it was like the kink before the straight. And in Mania, you're only allowed to pass on the straights. So I got a little tap on the wrist. Which is fine, not bad. So yeah, I'll go in Advanced Group for the rest of the day tomorrow.
Thought I was crazy. I'll find one that breaks the cycle.
Pit. Well, that last session must have sent a little too hard because the O2 sensor bond completely ripped out of my little downpipe piece. Luckily, I probably could have found somebody to weld the bond, but instead of doing that, we decided to just wrap it and patch it up. But what you can't see is there's two pieces of a monster can that wrap this. Then we put a ton of tape, pearl tape on it, and some clamps. So hopefully it holds up, and I can do the rest of the day and tomorrow. Also, a huge shout out to K Power. Luckily David, he just parked over there and he really helped me out. I swear this car was always trying to kill itself, rattle itself to pieces. Next guy to rattle its piece is my shifter. It's not supposed to do that. When I was driving, it felt really weird, really funky. There's 4 of these screws that hold this to the base, and they have rattled themselves loose. There's one that's barely on there, it's holding by a few threads. But I still need to find the 4th screw. Luckily that was a decently easy, quick fix. I was really lucky that all the screws were still rattling around in here. But I do have one more problem. I guess you really can't see it, but I did blow a hole through my little cheap patch. It did not hold.
I couldn't see it when I looked.
So yeah, I'm gonna try again tonight. Luckily, I was able to do all my sessions today. I was able to pass that up. I went out twice with that. Yeah, this last session was the open group. Blew a hole back in the exhaust and the shifter started acting funny. So yeah, that was the last session of the day. So I have tonight to try to patch that up. I'm gonna load some depot up and see if I can find something thicker I can clamp over it so it won't blow through. Well, my ghetto patch job did not work, surprisingly. So yeah, went to Lowe's. It is now dark time. Nice and quiet here at Barber. Yeah, got some sheet metal. Gonna cut those up, make a little patch for it. Tape it on, tape it up. Kind of the same thing. See if it holds for tomorrow. Okay, it's a little ghetto looking, really shiny. But I essentially cut 2 slithers of this, wrapped it around it, taped the hair out of it, put the clamps back on it. It's a whole lot better than those cans. So I gotta put this guy back on. Okay, it is the second day. I've already done 2 sessions. First session was cut a little short due to a file. Probably one of the most expensive cars in the paddock. Carbon file, not good. Yeah, my patch job is kind of working. Those clamps are slowly, vibrating themselves loose. So this last session, I came back and my clamps are just barely hanging on. So but because of the tape, all of my plates stayed in place, so it's good. It was just moving. I'll probably baby it the rest of the day, just do part sessions, not do the whole sessions. That way it'll last. And between sessions, I'll go and retighten the clamps, and hopefully that will get me through the day. it. I did my final session of the day. Even though I had a lot of little mechanical problems, most of them in the shifter exhaust trans area. It was all circled in that one tiny little area. I wonder if it has something to do with heat and vibration though. Even though I had all those issues, I was still able to complete my sessions and do 2 full days, so that's good. I was able to get patched up in my little ghetto patching signal walk, partial driving. On my last session, I didn't put enough gas in it. I started to get fuel stalls really bad, especially going into turn 1. Like going into turn 1 is just, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it up the hill due to fuel stalls. So, got off a little early. But, like I said, the first time at this track, awesome track, beautiful track. But there was a lot of fires. The grass is like super flammable apparently, even if you just drive over it in a few cases, or combust. But I kept it clean, never touched the grass, never went off, never spent out. So that's my trophy. Car's still in one piece and now upside down into a wall. It was also my first time with Jzillia. They were a pretty awesome group. Really nice, really friendly. Took care of me. Also, K FRS took care of me. So if you haven't yet, check out those guys. And that is it. Gotta pack up and go home. And I will see you next time. Peace.